Greetings, family. Today, I would like to discuss a situation which is taking place in Jamaica regarding former dancehall superstar Mr. Vegas. All right. Now, in the Bahamas, we recently had a storm pass through our country, devastated two out of our 700 islands, um, displaced 50,000 out of our 350,000 citizens, um, left many homeless, left many jobless, um, possessionless. All right, many people are stateless as a result of this hurricane, and for many more, some of them have lost their lives. And so, in the wake of these tragic events, Mr. Vegas decided that he wants to profit from our misfortune. Mr. Vegas decided that he will employ trickery, he will employ deceit to cast a negative cloud over the lives of Bahamians. And Mr. Vegas is attempting to give us a negative portrayal in the international media. All right. Now, family, I'll be one of the first people to admit that I have recognized the trend of xenophobia in the Caribbean. Right. In the Bahamas, we are no different. We have people who are very loving, understanding, and welcoming people. But as in every country, there is a nationalistic sentiment, right, that pervades the country. Many people are very protective, many people are very territorial when it comes to their Bahama land. Many people are very protective and territorial when it comes to their Jamaica land, all right, or their Barbados land. Okay, family. So when people speak about xenophobia as it relates to the Bahamas and as it relates to the Haitian residents in the Bahamas, it is really an unfair scapegoating of the entire population of the Bahamas. Right now, DJs in the Bahamas are not playing any Mr. Vegas music, right? Mr. Vegas couldn't come to the Bahamas right now and do a free show based on his remarks, all right? I don't know if Mr. Vegas was aware that some of the 1,000 people who are missing, many of whom died, out of those victims who died in the storm, hundreds of them were Mr. Vegas fans prior to the storm. Out of the 50,000 residents who are homeless and displaced, thousands of them used to be Mr. Vegas fans, right? Many, and I'm not gonna brag or boast, right? Because I'm a citizen, I don't own the Bahamas. But in the Bahamas, our currency is on a one-to-one parity with the United States dollar. And so basically, when an artist does a show in the Bahamas, they get paid in US dollars, right? And if you get paid in Bahamian dollars, it's easily transferable into US currency. All right. So what I'm saying, I said all of that to say this: it is very profitable for an artist to come to the Bahamas and do a concert. All right. The entire Bahamas was not devastated. That was two out of our 700 islands that were devastated. Okay. And so basically, Mr. Vegas made a wrong turn, and it is going to have ramifications for his revenue generation. It is going to harm Mr. Vegas' target market significantly. In the Bahamas, you're not going to be able to do any shows. You're not going to be able to sell any merchandise. You're not going to be able to sell any albums. Um, Right now, Mr. Vegas, you couldn't pay a Bahamian to get your autograph. All right, based on what you have done, because in the time of tragedy, grief, people are emotionally wrought. You would choose to make Bahamians appear to be more xenophobic than the rest of the world. There are extremist elements in every country. Mr. Vegas used some voice notes in which a few unfortunate statements were made by some religious zealots, right, and by some nationalistic individuals who wanted to speak about harming people of another nationality, right? And I would like to say to the international community, this is by no means a reflection of the sentiments of all Bahamians. All right, but Mr. Vegas chose to use this situation as a means of building his YouTube views or his Facebook views at the expense of our people in a time of tragedy when the entire world has recognized the importance of assisting the Bahamas. Mr. Vegas is trying to profit from our destruction. He is profiting from the grief of mothers who lost their child, fathers who lost their wives, wives who lost their husbands, okay? People lost their aunts, their uncles, their cousins, many of whom they haven't seen in a long time, but they lost them in this storm, and Mr. Vegas is now trying to use our grief and our misery to build some revenue generation. It's despicable, it's disgraceful, and it is ultimately going to cost Mr. Vegas a significant loss. Because right now, no DJs in the Bahamas will play anything from Mr. Vegas and be talking about his entire catalog, okay, based on what he would have done, based on decisions that he would have made. All right, family. So let me know your thoughts about all of these dynamics in the comments below. If you can reach out to Mr. Vegas, tell him to cease and desist. It's already too late for any type of economic partnership. It's too late for you to generate any finances in the Bahamas. You're gonna have to wait and catch the next generation and see if maybe they want to play some of your oldies sometime in the future. But Mr. Vegas can't do a concert in the Bahamas for at least another 10 or 15 years. And I mean, I'm saying that on good authority. I'm on the ground. Mr. Vegas, it was a bad decision. Family, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. One love.